huge levels of immigrants coming in. I mean, the UK is being colonised. It's costing too much money. It'll cause. Well, yeah. The UK is being colonised by immigrants, really, isn't it?
Massive week for the filthy rich billionaires of Pakistan. Sir Jim Ratcliffe is learning that escaping the British woke mob is not as easy as moving to Monaco to avoid taxes.
In a Thursday interview, Manchester United co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe claimed high immigration had colonised the UK and driven population from 58 million in 2020 to 70 million now, tying it to economic strain from benefits.
Look, after Manchester United finished 15th last season, its lowest since 1990. I understand why Ratcliffe has started questioning the strength of diversity.
Offensive and wrong. Britain is a proud, tolerant and diverse country. Jim Ratcliffe should apologise.
What kind of response is that? Is proud, tolerant and diverse supposed to be the logical opposite of being colonised? The African tribesmen were proud, tolerant and diverse, and they still got colonised by Europe, remember? This wasn't too long ago.
What's fascinating is that in his reply, Starmer doesn't even try to challenge the claim Ratcliffe made. The response to mass uncontrolled immigration is bad is not even mass uncontrolled immigration is good. It's yes, but you're a bad person for noticing.
Exactly. The biggest crime in Pakistan is being offensive. You can groom and rape teenage girls, plan terror attacks on a consulate, and be the most despicable creature on the streets of London. But don't you dare offend Muslims.
Aside from his blatant lies or ignorance about UK population numbers, Ratcliffe is an immigrant tax exile in Monaco, and most of his Manchester United team are immigrants to UK, so he's a stinking race-baiting hypocrite.
What more can you expect from a man who made a career out of smuggling missing the point? Piers, the people his team employs are highly skilled elite athletes, paid millions to perform. That's different from a guy arriving in a dinghy with no passport and a suspiciously specific knowledge of the UK benefits system. And Ratcliffe paying tax in Monaco is actually the most patriotic thing he could do. At least in Monaco, his money is not being used to fund gender-neutral zebra crossings in Islington.
As an Arsenal fan, I have always enjoyed our historic rivalry with Manchester United. Above all, I admire its identity as a diverse club with players and fans from all over the world. Jim Ratcliffe's comments are a disgrace. Migrants aren't the problem. Tax-dodging billionaires are.
Jeremy, if you tax every billionaire in the UK at 100%, it would only run the NHS for at least 3 weeks. And then what? Also, Jeremy, simply being an Arsenal fan is enough suffering. You don't need to add Marxism on top of it.
Manchester United prides itself on being an inclusive and welcoming club. We will continue to represent our people, our city and our fans with purpose and pride.
Oh, I miss the good old days when Manchester United prided itself on winning trophies. These days, the only welcoming thing at Old Trafford is the exit.
God, the left are still going on about Jim Ratcliffe. If only they cared this much about young girls being...
No, how dare you criticize the morality police of Pakistan for having such incredible priorities?
I support a club owned by someone who doesn't like my kind.
What is your kind, Max? A Somali living on welfare with 3 wives and 10 children and occasionally grooming and raping teenage white girls for fun? I mean, geez, it's really a tragedy that we live in a world that hates and can't tolerate your kind.
And then you look at parts of London, for example, where the road names, the underground signs, aren't just in English, they're in a foreign language as well. 1 million people living in this country don't speak any English at all. 4 million people living in this country barely speak passable English.
I mean, how else do you define colonization? Just see what these people have done to what used to be the world's largest empire.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Show Racism the Red Card is deeply concerned by the comments of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, co-owner of Manchester United, suggesting that the United Kingdom is being colonised. Britain is a diverse society.
Oh my goodness, another post about diversity.
Here we go again.
Dear white people, the next time some insufferable black race-baiting lunatic tell you that your ancestors were colonizers and your country was built on colonization, tell them that they are being offensive because your ancestors were simply enforcing DEI in Africa and India, okay? And framing that as colonization
is reinforcing harmful stereotypes and emboldening those who seek to divide rather than unite.
Jim Ratcliffe is a stinking hypocrite. Firstly, he became a tax resident of Monaco. That's £4 billion that could have gone towards British schools. The British NHS could have gone towards British defence. Instead, he decided he wanted that money for his own pockets.
Oh, please shut up. Do you know why he moved to Monaco? Because of people like you. If I had £4 billion and the government told me that they were going to use it to fund diversity consultants and housing for people who just arrived yesterday, I'll move to Mars. I'll become neighbors with an autistic billionaire before I let the state of Pakistan waste my money.
2 days ago, a teenager stabs 2 schoolboys whilst shouting Allah Akbar. But according to Starmer, the real offence is someone pointing out we have an immigration problem.
I think there are too many immigrants. Mayor of your city releases statement condemning you. Your PM demands an apology. Your football club releases a pro-diversity statement. Football Association investigates you. Live feed on BBC to give updates on people condemning you.
Meanwhile, the Sun newspaper poll showed 91% of readers agree with Ratcliffe. That's the disconnect. The elites are living in a Netflix drama about diversity, but people are living in a documentary about decline.
Jim Ratcliffe will suffer precisely no consequences for this. Precisely no consequences. Manchester United fans, much as I would like to get on my high horse and tell them that they should boycott the next game, come off it. That's not going to happen. Not on anything like a scale that would make a dent in this man's self-regard. We are living in a country where racism is back in fashion.
James, maybe, just maybe these people aren't racist. Maybe they are just tired. Tired of being told that their eyes are lying. Tired of being told that less social cohesion is actually a strength.
Ratcliffe apologized Saturday for his phrasing, but stood by concerns over immigration levels.
This is so pathetic. Ratcliffe, you have the money, the truth, and the people on your side, but you don't have a spine.
Sir Jim Ratcliffe apologised for causing offence, and I think that was the wrong decision. We need public figures to start having a backbone and not bowing to bullying and intimidation. Frankly, it's un-British.
Look, Britain is churning out more spineless men as fast as Pakistan can churn out Islamic terrorists. Keir Starmer, Piers Morgan, Jeremy Corbyn. These days, having a backbone in Britain is seen as a birth defect.
Now, the individuals moving here may not be aware they are colonisers, but if you are moving to a country in such large numbers and to specific areas that you become the majority, I would argue that is in itself colonising behaviour. Pair that with voting religiously, I'm afraid for me that is the definition of colonisation.
Yes, but people screeching like exorcised witches over Jim Ratcliffe's comments don't care about definitions or reality. They care more about diversity, inclusion and equity.
I understand people being uncomfortable with this, but when demographic data shows the native population will be outbred and eventually go extinct, in the animal world, that is literally colonisation. Take red and grey squirrels. Red squirrels native to the UK have almost gone extinct and been replaced with grey ones. Did individual grey squirrels know they were destroying the red squirrel? No. The people responsible for bringing them over were responsible.
Oh, how dare you compare the brilliant surgeons and fertility doctors coming into Pakistan to squirrels? You're going to bring James O'Brien to tears.
It was our government's responsibility to curb immigration to a level that would allow the assimilation of every person moving here and not allow entire boroughs to become minority white British and resemble a foreign land. They failed, and as a consequence, I would argue parts of the UK categorically have been colonised.
And this is why the British government prefers censorship over competence. That's why Keir Starmer wants an apology, as if a heartfelt "my bad" will magically secure the border. Every government has 2 options. Do your job or attack the people pointing out that you haven't. And the British government is speedrunning option 2.